All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. 2026 isn't just another upgrade year. It's the year Samsung quietly changes the shape of foldables before Apple even enters the room. The new design language, the weight drop, the battery jump, the aspect ratio shift. These look small on paper, but they signal where Galaxy devices are heading for the next 5 years. Let's dive right into the video. The first official look at the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide tells us something Samsung hasn't admitted publicly. They're adjusting for Apple. Not panicking, adjusting. The wide version isn't just a cosmetic experiment. It shifts from the tall, remote control style cover display toward a more square footprint. Compared side by side with the standard Fold design, this wider approach reduces black bars on video and makes apps feel less stretched. That sounds minor, but it fixes one of the biggest quiet complaints about previous Folds: usability when closed. This isn't about specs. It's about behavior. Samsung wants you using the outer screen more. Now here's where it gets strategic. The internal display may be slightly smaller than last year's standard Fold, yet more usable. That tells us Samsung isn't chasing bigger numbers. They're chasing balance. When Apple launches the iPhone Fold, they're expected to emphasize proportion and polish. Samsung knows this. So instead of increasing size again, they're refining geometry. That's long-term thinking. The benefit? Better app scaling, fewer awkward UI transitions, and potentially better durability because the hinge tension changes with aspect ratio. Speaking of hinge, this is the second quiet shift. Reports point to advanced laser-drilled display layers to reduce crease visibility. Not eliminate. Reduce. That's a key difference. Samsung has 8 generations of foldable scars behind them. They know that chasing zero crease marketing can compromise durability. So they're aiming for less visible, not invisible. And that signals something important. Samsung is prioritizing reliability over headlines this year. If Apple somehow debuts with a flatter panel out of the gate, the comparison will be brutal. But if Samsung's hinge survives better long-term, the narrative flips 6 months later. Now let's talk about weight and battery, because this is the third under-discussed move. The wide model is rumored around 200 grams, lighter, while increasing battery from 4,400 mAh to 5,000 mAh. That combination is engineering confidence. Samsung isn't just slimming down for aesthetics. They're preparing for heavier AI processing, higher RAM demands, and brighter displays. More battery and less mass means internal restructuring. That trickles down to future Galaxy S models too. This Fold is likely a test bed for efficiency architecture we'll see across the lineup. Quick side note, if you're investing this much into premium tech, protecting it matters. I've been recommending wall-verse cases for foldables because they actually account for hinge, stress, and drop angles, not just thin aesthetics. Especially with lighter builds, structural integrity becomes even more important. I'll leave details below for anyone interested. Back to the uncomfortable part. Pricing. The previous Fold climbed year after year. If this wide variant positions itself as the Apple competitor model, Samsung might hold pricing steady to look like the value option against Apple's first attempt. That would be a power move. But AI-driven RAM costs are rising, and Samsung may split processors regionally again. Snapdragon in some markets, Exynos in others. That signals cost management more than performance strategy. Here's what most people aren't noticing. This wide model feels like Samsung rehearsing for a post-Apple foldable market. They're refining usability, durability, efficiency, not just throwing megapixels at it. Cameras will likely remain strong, but this year isn't about camera flexing. It's about making foldables feel normal. And before I forget, over 70% of you watching aren't subscribed. If you enjoy deeper breakdowns like this, where we connect the quiet dots instead of reading spec sheets, consider subscribing. This channel is about smart tech conversations, not hype cycles. So now the bigger implication. If Samsung perfects proportions and battery efficiency this year, and Apple focuses on design polish, which philosophy shapes the next decade of foldables? And more importantly, which one actually wins 6 months after launch, when the hype fades and real-world durability starts talking? Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.